Industrial Talk is brought to you by Arduino, the original all-in-one IoT platform. That's right. Go out to arduino.cc and you will find documentations. You will find devices, powerful boards to help you with your digital transformation journey. It's all there. Go out to arduino.cc, find out more, see how you can connect with these professionals to help you along with your digital transformation journey. Arduino.cc. Also, Industry IoT Consortium. At Industrial Talk, we always talk about education. We always talk about collaboration. We're always talking about innovation. And if you're a business that has any desire to be resilient to the future, you need to be able to educate, collaborate, as well as innovate with other industry professionals. That's a must. Industry IoT Consortium brings that all together. You need to be a part of this community. You need to be connected with these leaders that are all a part of the Industry IoT Consortium. Go out to iiconsortium.org. Find out more. Again, you will not be disappointed. You're just going to be happy. All right, welcome to Industrial Talk. Thank you very much for joining the #1 industrial-related podcast in the universe that is backed up by data. That is backed up by data. And as you can tell by the noise in the background on this particular conversation, we were broadcasting on site at IoT Solutions World Congress, Barcelona. You need to put that event. That is the premier IoT event in the world. I'm not overselling that. Put that on your event. It's in January of 2023. Look that up. Go out to Industrial Talk. Find out more. That is a must-attend event. And we are talking at this event, Jesper Touboel. He is the Vice President of Operations, Molding Productions at a little company called Lego. And we're talking about how they're using digital transformation. They're using all the data to help manufacture Legos even more efficiently. This is a great conversation. Great guy, by the way. Best business card in the world. It's a person right there. I got it right there. All right, enjoy this conversation with Jesper. In the hot seat, we have a gentleman by the name of Jesper Touboel. Did I get that right, Jesper?
Correct.
All right, there you go. Lego's the company. You might have heard of that company. Let's get cracking. Yeah? Lego. Oh, by the way, listeners, if you're out there on video, I'm going to hold his business card up. And it is a different business card, a business card that everybody wants. So there, right there. It's a Lego man. And on the Lego man, we've got his email, his name, and it's Lego man. Check it out. Very cool.
So
I want one. Can I get? Hey, you're in the old digital transformation, real time. Can I get one that looks like me?
Yeah, you could actually. I think in our brand stores in New York, you can go and create a Lego minifig that looks exactly like you.
No way, really?
Yeah,
in New York?
Yeah, I think it's New York. I think it's the one. I think it's the New York store that has this equipment where you 3D print.
Yeah.
So if you want, you have a beard. So that's of course something you need to check that out.
You know, that's pretty cool. Yeah. All right, that's a bucket list thing. I got to tell you.
It is an avatar.
It is an avatar. That's right.
And also for the kids, when they role play. So.
Hey, there you go. You're just adding value left and right. All right, for the listeners out there, give us a little background, Jesper, on who you are.
Yeah. So I have a Master of Science and been with Lego for 16 years in various roles. Lego is a great company, so there's many opportunities to try it. I started in logistics and then moved further on to product development. I actually worked in product development for several years with some of our cool brands like Technique. They're more complicated Lego sets.
Yeah.
I also had the chance to work with the one we do for toddlers, so called TOUBEL, the bigger Lego bricks.
Yes.
And then, I moved on into engineering, then been there many years where I did new equipment and started my digital journey that we're going to talk about today. And then the last 2.5 years, I've been heading up our production side in Denmark.
I've got so many questions to ask. I'm going to try to sort of consolidate down into you're speaking here, and you're going to be talking about, well, you have already spoken, and a topic. What did you talk about here at IoT Solutions World Congress?
I'm going to speak. So I'll speak,
you're going.
Yeah. So it's 3 o'clock today. So I'm going to speak about how we engage our shop floor in various solutions. Talk about what is our digital strategy inside our operational part and how we actually do it. A lot of transformation is we went away from seeing IT as an IT thing to a digital product, and I'll talk about how we actually develop and how we deploy.
You see, the question I would have is that Lego's been around for a long time. Master at manufacturing those blocks and being very creative and doing new things and launching. You've done it all. How is this whole digital world improving your business?
First of all, we never Lego operation is a we see problems as just something we haven't created a solution for. So there is a culture of continuous improvement, and I think that's been a part of us where digital can help us being even better to what we already do. Great. And also for many years we have looked at how we should do digital products. So have digital solution inside our products, and we have a true belief that you cannot do a Lego brick that is digital without have digitalized your processes. So that is those are closely linked.
So what do you see this digital world look like within Lego? Where you're going with it? Like, see, it's hard for me to get past the fact that I know Lego. We had kids, we bought Legos, and they're just absolutely spectacular, right? And you know your manufacturing process. You're very skilled and adept at making those products. So what do you see the benefits of this whole digital?
Yeah, so one of the things I'm talking about today is actually how we do quality control. So we came from a very mechanical quality control. So we basically controlled we have many different Lego bricks. So all the different bricks were controlled the same way. Now we do a much more differentiated. And that's where we use algorithm, we use, stuff for being much more smart. So it's to optimize, constantly to optimize what we do.
Is there an outwardly view too as well? Because I was having a conversation with another organization, and it happened to be in Korea, and they're just very focused on manufacturing and optimizing manufacturing. They're very skilled at that. One of the challenges that they found impacting them was this external component where they were so into their process, they failed, or they are forgetting about the external component of why this is important, this experience and all of that from a customer's perspective. But Lego doesn't deal, this stuff.
Yeah.
You know your market.
Yeah. But the toy market is based on a lot of newness, even though you could see that every year under the Christmas tree there's a police station, right? But there's a lot of newness to the product. A lot of new things come to the category. And that's why I think it forces also to us to understand our manufacturing process so deep that we can react fast. And also these days, since the world is gone online, where people shop more and more, Lego still does a lot to support the physical shop. So we actually saw post-COVID that people still like to shop physically. They want, that.
I guarantee you. I know that when our kids were young, I always had a great time and say, hey, check that out. How did Lego do that? That's a new product. And then I would imagine the ability to be able to take or see trends taking place within the markets, interest in whatever type of product, and be able to turn that around quickly and get it out to the marketplace. Exactly. Why there is still time or real interest.
That lead time discussion that you probably hear many times, that is still very relevant. It's becoming more relevant also, not only for the innovation into product, but the whole supply chain disruptions we see, then all that resilience discussions. Last year we also needed to find a new material because there was material shortage and all that.
Yeah, you're right about that. You have feedstocks, you have a massive supply chain, both in and out, and be able to procure the resources necessary. That's interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah, and one of the other things, Lego has announced by 2030 we want to be out of crude oil. And we also said we want to leave single-use plastic. You remember when you open a Lego set?
Yeah.
Then there was these single-use plastic boxes. We sort the Lego bricks in. By 2025, we will be out of single-use plastic and into paper bags. You can imagine where digitalization will also help you. If you know anything about foil, and then when you go to paper, that's two very different materials to work with. There's understanding that also digitally can, to keep up your performance, to be inside the same square meters on your sites or square feet. That's where digital helps you. So instead of doing everything manually.
Are you seeing the value of, you're already very Lego's adept at understanding where the market's going, whatever machine is existing within. Is there any conversations of being able to use digital information to be able to make and hone those decisions and marketing in the market itself?
Yeah, I think it's actually turning into, and it's all business decisions need a digital answer, if you can follow me on that one.
Yeah.
So every decision now, you need to ask yourself the question, what will this have of digital opportunities, digital consequences? I think that's just been, very fast, something that we all need to learn how to do.
Yeah, and one of the topics of conversation I've had multiple times is there is a necessity for speed, responsiveness, a resiliency to survive, and that, from my perspective, is a digital conversation. And do you find, will there be an opportunity? And I know that some companies are going down this road where I can order something online, a custom something online, and it can impact in a way. It hits your manufacturer and it changes it. It does something real time, and then you get that product that is specific to you.
I know, so more one-of-a-kind production.
Yeah.
The way we've done several things to do that. First of all, so as we just spoke about in the beginning, we actually use our stores, so the Lego branded stores, where you can do a unique experience. Of course, you cannot design an entire set, but you can design, something that is unique to you, and you can get it immediately. So that last mile design you can get. Lego has done many years, and that's actually been around for some years, and it's not a commercial thing or anything.
No.
Where we call it like Lego ideas. So people post their ideas. Our great fans, they post ideas to us. They vote among themselves, and then we create that model, and where they get their name, of course, on the box and everything, and then we produce it.
See, that's engagement. That is like the human.
I can tell you,
I love that.
We have so many fantastic fans. Where they, endless creativity.
So cool.
Yeah, it's mega cool. And they do amazing models, sometimes. And that creativity is so fantastic.
Okay, so I'm going to have to I have two questions. One is, when we start talking about getting out of the petroleum-based sort of product line, so there are alternatives that can replace that with the same feel and all of the components associated with that, and durability. And
you're hitting exactly spot on, because as a consumer, you would expect that the product is the same. And we do not only have plastic made of hard materials, we also have tires. We have wicks to the mini that is soft. So we have many different materials that we all need to find a solution for. And it's both where the sources are from, bio-based. It could also be recycled. So all these kind of things that need to be done. And then toys, they are under heavy regulation, because we are actually talking about products for kids. So that means there's a lot of chemical approvals you need to go through.
Yeah, absolutely. And because it's not a good thing if I purchase Lego and I have had this history of Legos and how they snap in and how they fit and how they do this, and if that ever changed, then it's like, what's going on here?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, come on. right? Okay, so here's a question, and I don't have an answer, but yeah, I know you do. So these creative individuals out there that are designing new models, right? Is there an application that says, okay, I can draw this, and then it tells that app says, okay, you need 45 of these square ones at this color, and then it just sort of lays it all out that you can start to sort of build it accordingly.
I'm sure
That's pretty cool.
I'm sure you can get stuff because they're big landscapes, scenes from movies, all these kind of things. And so they don't calculate, those.
See, I'm such a small thinker. All I was just thinking, like, how about a plane? But yeah, you're right. I've seen Legos that are just. I saw a Lego. It was a Bentley.
Yeah.
A full size Bentley.
Oh yeah, we did that also with the. You can check that online with the Bugatti. We did
that's what the one, not Bentley, but the Bugatti.
Yeah, and
Veyron, I think it was.
Yeah, and we made it even with Lego does a robot where there's an engine, so it actually could drive. That model we did, it was a full size, 1-to-1, so it could drive.
Okay, another thing, just from a culture perspective in Lego, if somebody came saying, yeah, hey, we've got this project, it's going to be a Bugatti, it's going to be a Veyron, and we're going to be putting this together, is there sort of like internal buzz going, oh, that's cool?
Yeah, there's, of course, a lot is confidential in the development phase, that. But when it's out, then people are so excited. Also internally, we get excited many times per week when we see our new products, and also, I think, and where I get a little bit touched with our product in the pandemic days, I think we brought a lot of happiness to many kids that were not able to go to school.
Oh.
That Lego set made their life maybe a little bit better.
No, and see what makes Lego so special is that your organization, your company never rests. So there's always more stuff. There's always greater interest. There's always a passion to do things differently. And I would imagine it's not just it's all ages. I would imagine there's guys at my age that just sort of eat this stuff up and have a bucket full of different types and just start just creating.
Yeah, we just did. I don't know if you see our setup. I want you to check. We did Titanic.
Now get out of here!
I think it's 1.30 meters, 1.30 meter long. So it's a super cool one.
Some of these things, I got to tell you, some of these things are just. It's time that people just eat that stuff up. You can't just throw them together. It's good to hear that Lego's really embracing this whole digital transformation stuff. I look at Lego as just a superior manufacturer, but there's always room for, more efficiency, which just always wonder if there's a diminishing return. I don't know, but you would know. My gosh, how do people get a hold of you?
So how to contact me?
Yeah.
So write me an email.
Yeah, I got your email here.
Yeah, so
on your man.
Yeah.
I was sort of disappointed. I got to tell you, Jesper. And what I was disappointed on was this guy has a beard. You didn't come with a beard.
No, not as much, but
oh, you got a little bit of a beard, but it's like
just shaved this morning. But I have something I can also show. I have this was my happy face. This is my angry face. So
you're angry because you're right.
So now the happy face back.
All right. We're going to have all the contact information out on Industrial Talk. You got to reach out to Jesper. That was a great conversation. And this is the first time I've ever interviewed anybody from Lego.
Hopefully not the last time.
I don't want it to be. Make it happen, Captain. All right. Once again, thank you very much for joining Industrial Talk. We are broadcasting live from the IoT Solutions World Congress here in Barcelona. Absolutely wonderful venue. Put that on your bucket list because that's an important. You got to come here. It's a great job. You get to meet people like Jesper, which is pretty doggone cool too. All right. We're going to wrap it up on the other side, so stay tuned. We will be right back.
You're listening to the Industrial Talk Podcast Network.
All right, once again, thank you very much for joining Industrial Talk, and a hearty thank you to Jesper Touboel. Lego's the company, and if Lego is pursuing digital transformation and greater efficiency, you need to as well. They definitely are sort of the top dog when it comes to efficiency and manufacturing. Lego. You'll find all the contact information for Jesper, Industrial Talk. Go out to industrialtalk.com, and I always, without a doubt, I'm so excited that I have more interviews coming from IoT Solutions World Congress. And I want to make sure that you put this on your calendar. I'm looking out at their website, and it's IoTWorldCongress.com. And January 31st to February 2nd, 2023 is the next Congress. Game-changing technology for industry transformation. IoT, artificial intelligence, digital twin, you got it. It's right there. It is happening at that event. This is a must. If you really have a passion to digitally transform your business, you need to be able to be connected with individuals that are attending this particular event as well. Put that on your calendar. Again, it's all out on industrialtalk.com, so fear not. Don't come to me and say you can't find it. All right, be bold, be brave. Derek Graley, I say it all the time. I really believe industry is wonderful, and they make the world a wonderful place. That's what you're all about. Hang out with people like Jesper, and you're going to change the world. Thank you very much for what you do. Thank you for being in industry. We're going to have another great conversation from IoT Solutions World Congress shortly, so, don't go away.